Barbara. It is 13.7 degrees out there. It was 12.8 or something when I walked down 10 minutes ago, so it's warming up a little bit. It was 10.0 when I went to bed, so we're chilly today. Morning, it's Barbara. Slept a little late today, but I slept pretty well, which is nice. Thank you everyone who came yesterday. We had such a wonderful visit on our Zoom craft together. We had some people who haven't come before, and that was fun, and old friends, and it was so much fun. And I appreciate your coming so much and joining in and being part of our community, help keeping me sane. I really, really appreciate that. It was really nice. Thank you, Valerie, for being the hostess with the mostest. And we started at 1, and Megan was able to come even when her tech support was not there, and she did great. And so we are good to go. I think we're gonna make that a permanent change. To start at 1 o'clock. It also seemed to help some of the Europeans to start a little bit earlier in the afternoon or early evening, and it was great. It was so nice. So 1 o'clock will be the new time. Valerie's going to change it on the thread, and we've scheduled our next meeting, Zoom craft together, for February 12th. So mark your calendar and come. It was so much fun. Thank you all so much. Oh, I got my picket twine. Hold on. So this is, I don't have any, my light is not fab. There we go. That's better. And so this is the sock, Chester sock. I think Chester might be the goose. And on the tag it says it's 75% superwash, 25% nylon. In the website it said 70-30. So I might message her just to find out. But anyway, one of these is mine and one of these is for prize. The thing I started my day with, or my craft session with, was winding the picket twine. Look how beautiful it is. Hold on, let me turn on the impression I'm not very ready. So here's the picket twine in the silk, merino silk that I bought. It's a single. I think I'm gonna make the Pippin cowl with this. Isn't that beautiful? But this is how it winds up. So I think it's gonna be gorgeous in socks. And I think it's going to be gorgeous in a cowl. I do like that shawl that I picked, but I may make that from another yarn. But I think I want the cowl. So I may be casting on a giant Mobius cowl today, but I only did one because it drove me crazy. I had a lot of trouble with it. Partly user error, partly a bit of a tangly thing, but this was also the one that I had opened up and closed and opened up and closed, so I'm not blaming the yarn artiste for that. But isn't that beautiful? Ugh, I'm so excited. And I got tired of knitting on my sock. I mean, I knit on my sock yesterday during our Zoom call. I did get tired of it toward the end. If I can get it out. But I made progress, as you can see. I made, I don't know, Danielle knit 7 inches on her sock, one sock, while she was there. So I knit at least 6 inches. Because I knit 3 inches on 2 socks. That's 6. They're turning out cute. But I got tired of knitting on them. So I need another project going well enough that I can just pick it up. I don't think we have a lot planned today, so maybe I'll sit down with my Forest Park and see what I can, where I was, and be brave and start my mosaic. The thing about the Forest Park is the mosaic starts very soon before you combine for the body. So, well, it's not that you combine for the body, but it starts when you're still doing the sleeve instead of doing under the sleeve. That's what I mean. It starts before you get to the underarm, but it doesn't have mosaic on the top of the sleeve. So you do mosaic across, and then you on the same row, then you're knitting with the regular yarn, and then you do mosaic again. So you have to have an extra little piece of yarn anyway. It's a little weird. And the mosaic then has a very long float across the sleeve to go to the back and go around and then come back around. So it's a little bit weird. It just means that this really long float will get cut and the end sewn in, and the part on the sleeve, you just need a little piece, and I've got lots of little pieces because I had taken a sweater apart, so none of it's a problem. It's just feels logistically weird, and I need to think about it before I start. But I do love mosaic, and Chevis's new podcast, she's wearing hers, and it looks great. She's not that happy with the way the collar lays, so she gave me a warning about that, which I appreciate. So I'm not sure how to solve that, although I suspect my yarn is very different than hers, and maybe I just cross my fingers and hope I don't have that same problem. That works great, don't you think? That's the, oh, I don't know. That's the current plan for COVID in the United States. Cross your fingers. Everything will be fine. Oh. So anyway, but I will keep that in mind as I'm doing the collar and see what I can do to make sure that I'm happy with my collar. But I do appreciate the heads up, I must say. So today we are going to do a little prophylactic salting. It's supposed to be weather tonight in the middle of the night. So right now our forecast is variable depending on who you're listening to, but we have a weather service that we really like who are very good and way better than AccuWeather for our area. And they say we are going to get 1 inch of snow, and then it's going to turn to rain and then to ice. And the temperature is going to drop precipitously. So we are very likely going to have a very icy driveway when we wake up in the morning, is kind of how it's going to be. And then it's supposed to stay cold for quite a while. So we're going to go over and salt Aura down before the weather comes, and we're going to salt our driveway before the weather comes, so that you know, do what we can do. That's all. Aura has a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, so she's going to need to be able to get her car out and be safe and clear to walk down her walkway. So we'll be over there salting her down too and making sure that she's okay. So that's the only task we have today besides walking the dogs. So casting on a new cowl or working on a mosaic sweater are certainly possibilities. Oh, Dennis is the sweetest guy. He's the sweetest guy. I came down from, I was in my room for the Zoom meeting because I talk loud, and he was busy down here and whatever, and it was 4 hours. I was on 4 hours. You don't have to be on 4 hours. Don't say, oh, I can't go do that for 4 hours. It's all right. You can come and go. However it works for you is great. But I was up there for 4 hours. When I came down, he had a fire going. It was so nice down here. It was nice and cozy. So I just grabbed my drink and my blanket and sat by the fire and watched podcasts and just had a lovely, lovely evening. But there was a fire going when I came down. It was so nice because was cold yesterday. We both wore our Musselburgh hats to walk the dogs, and we were toasty warm, and we were thinking, are we going to do a short walk because it's really cold out here and windy? And we said, oh, pretty comfortable. Let's keep going. And so we did. Thank you, Valerie, for the pattern, and thank you, Easel Latigue, for the pattern. And that's all I got to say. And it was so much fun to knit twice. I mean, I'll tell you the truth. Everybody who I've talked to who has made a Musselburgh has made more than one. I mean, I've made 2 now. And I only got the pattern like 2 weeks ago. Well, it's the 16th. And I got it on December 28th, so that's a lie. Almost 3 weeks ago. But I got it less than 3 weeks ago as a gift from Valerie, and I have knit 2 Musselburgh hats so far. And I'm thinking about doing a fingering Musselburgh hat with some of my minis, because I have minis left. I could have a Musselburgh hat that matches my and I could make it match. I could even have the stripes with the beige in between. And I could have a Musselburgh hat that kind of matches this. It wouldn't have the pattern, but it would have the... Who knows? I might do that. But I don't think I'll do that today. But I did, you know, I was glad to have my blanket to just grab, because I was tired of knitting on my sock. So, well, I'm going to make sure that I knit on it a little bit every day, because I do enjoy knitting it. It was just enough. And I have more sock. I'm just so tickled with this yarn, I've got to say. I'm so glad it's got it for a good cause. This is the yarn that some of the proceeds go to help the striking mine workers who are striking to get their wages back to what they were in 2015. Such greedy people. Anyway, so, but I don't know what kind of socks I'm gonna knit, although you don't need to knit anything too fancy with that. Although that when you ball it up, I don't know, when you ball it up, in a way it doesn't look quite so crazy. The stripes are so, the color lengths are so small that it goes all together and it fools your eye into thinking you're looking at sort of a purpley color. You know what I mean? So I wonder how this is going to knit up. This may knit up to be just sort of blend beautifully into kind of a purpley blue color with a few little highlights, rather than, I mean, I think the color runs are so short that I don't imagine there's going to be anything remotely like pooling or anything like that. Well, we shall see, because I'm tempted to, I'm going to go maybe get my laptop and watch Kat Bordy's, may she rest in peace. That was a sad loss for 2021, Kat Bordy. But she has a Mobius cast-on video that I have used before, and it's not something that I remember how to do, so I count on her. And yeah, but I will keep her in my memory, using her cast-on to cast on my cowl, and see how that goes. And that should be lovely. My hands have been rough, but they seem to be getting better. And that lovely silk single, merino silk single. So anyway, that's my ideas for today. Thank you again, everybody who came yesterday. It was really, really fun. And I do appreciate you hanging out with me, and each of us hanging out together with all ourselves. I know, because it's not all about me, I know. But anyway, it was so fun. And I'm looking forward to February 12th. Mark your calendar. 1 o'clock Eastern time till, well, we didn't break up. I left around 5 o'clock Eastern time because I was hungry. I hadn't eaten anything. And I was starting to get a little bit of a headache. I'll tell you the truth. When I came down, Dennis said, I heard you yelling up there. I was like, oh, was I yelling? He said, oh, you got pretty animated. He said, do you have a headache? I said, yeah, well, not really, no. But I did have a little bit of a headache. I have a very loud voice sometimes, and when I get excited, and I give myself a headache because I'm so loud sometimes. That used to happen to me at work. Aren't you glad you didn't work with me? Anyway, it was great, and thank you so much, everybody. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Please, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.